Welcome to the CarCast. Let's talk a little bit about consistency, just a little, and drive.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
Look, I'm going to share a little secret with you today. I'm not that into this. And you know what? I just broke my mount that my phone sits on. And I'm frustrated about it. I'm not going to kid you. Small little frustration. My phone is precariously placed on my broken mount. We're going to press ahead anyway. And actually, I think it's a good segue into what I want to talk about. Last CarCast, I talked about using media to stay in front of your customers and to seek feedback. There's one key to that staying in front of your customers, and that you have to consistently do it. And if we're going to place media as a critical component into how we communicate with our marketplace, among other things we do across our business, by the way, let's put that aside. Media can impact literally every area of your business, but let's just put that aside and just talk about marketing and sales here for a second. If you're communicating to your marketplace and you want to do that in a way that keeps you in front of the customer, you have to remain consistent at it. Why? Well, because there's so many competing channels for that audience's attention, right? I mean, think about your own media consumption. How many things did you scroll by on Facebook today or Instagram, or how many stories did you look at on Snapchat or wherever you look at stories? How many news stories did you click into and read? Do you remember where any of them came from? And what about your business education? What about educating your career development or finding out something about a new product or a new service that's going to benefit you or your company or your team or whatever it is that you do? Do you recall who it was that shared that information with you or for you? Probably not. So if you're not remembering those things, how do you possibly think your audience is going to remember if you're only posting once a month? And forget about video, because people are so afraid of video. Let's talk about the written word or Twitter or whatnot. And look, I'm guilty of this. I haven't been too mindful of my Twitter feed in a while. Months, probably. Spent a little bit more time on Instagram and certainly my Facebook page and definitely here. And my Twitter feed has been suffering. So if someone were to be only following me on Twitter, they wouldn't be hearing a lot from me. I got to fix that. I got to consistently be there. There's some out there that talk about kind of an omnipresence. Grant Cardone's a big proponent of it, being everywhere all the time. And if you look at Gary Vaynerchuk and you follow him, he's a master of broadcasting over literally every channel of media that he has at his disposal. He prioritizes them, but he's everywhere, right? You've got to be those guys and produce that level of content. That's up for you to decide. But what is absolutely necessary is that you have to increase your consistency. So whatever it takes for you to do that. First of all, let's now talk, well, not first of all, but let's talk about video here for a second. If video is something you want to start doing, well, shoot, if you haven't hit record on your phone ever, start by doing that. If you've done it once in the last year, well, then do it again. If you've done it once in the last quarter, month, week, you have to start producing this much more frequently. And I can tell you what happens. You start to gain more affirmation. You get a little bit more present in the audience's minds, right? So if media is important to you and communicating to your marketplace is important to you, and by the way, both of them should be, then be a little bit more consistent, even if you've got a broken car window mount. That's all I got. See you next time. Yeah, that's all I got. But here we are, the back end of the CarCast video, and it's time for me to invite you to YouTube and subscribe. So come on over and subscribe. I'd love to have you there. Come on over. See you next time.